It's time for another episode of Better Than Wolves Minecraft with me, Karnak Sam, your host. It's time for another episode of Better Than Wolves Minecraft. It's time for another episode of Better Than Wolves Minecraft. For God's sakes, really? Look, I'm just gonna freaking quit trying to be smooth. That's just all there is to it. Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's a new day. It's a beautiful day. We're Minecrafting. I'm off for the next 2 days in real time, and so let's get busy. The last time that we played, we began working on a really badass what the fuck? Why is there meat in my cow pen? Huh. Why are there what the fuck is going on here? The sheep, the cows. What is going on here, people? Okay, look. This is a mystery that cannot be had. We cannot have this. Look, you are dead. We do not want you. You are no good. I don't like you. You know what my theory about this whole thing is? If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that I would say that probably, this is just a guess, I think that the cows got spooked because a mob of some type fell into their pen, and in reaction to, what the fuck, oh, really? You want to do that to me? Okay, look, fine, do it to me, I do not care. I have very little love for you guys right now. Anyway, the cows ended up, one of them got killed. Why can I not grab this meat? Okay, it is in fact beef. Is there any other evidence of any kind of intrusion? Oh, look at that. More beef. It could possibly, oh no. I have a funny feeling that. I don't really know. This is a mystery. But I do know that they probably kicked a sheep over the side. That's my guess. Yeah, I'm going with that. Now, we are currently trying to build a breeding pen. So let's stay on that. Now, we're hoping that there will be cows in here that I left. Now, I should have two breeding harnesses on me. We have to make sure, first of all, let's empty out this inventory here. We're probably not going to be able to get everything done today anyway. So let's go ahead and empty this crap. Put this meat up. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we'll just leave that here. Yeah, that's good. And the leather we'll put over here. Alright. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need some wheat. Giveth thy wheat. Do I have 2 dispensers? Oh, I've already put the dispensers up. Okay, that's great. Now, what I am hoping for here is that the cows are still down there. And if they are, then it's going to be kind of scary when I let them out, because you know what they're going to do. You know exactly what they're going to do. Hold on, what the hell? I just got an email. Oh my god. Okay, look, I signed up for one freaking newsletter, and now everybody wants to send me newsletters. Alright, I've got a place for them to get up. Let's do this. Explodo. Yeah, okay, they're still down there. Great. Fantastic. And they're going to get up. They should be getting up. know what, guys? Come on, get up here. Come on. And please don't kill me, you know, just because you don't love... Hey, come on, man. Don't be like that now. I gotta get these two up here. Okay, and then I put these two guys in breeding harnesses. So now they can't move, so they can have sex. See? They got butts open. Now there's no creepers or anything around, so that's good. Now let's push him into the breeding contraption where he will never ever be allowed to move from because he's going to be raped on a daily basis. My apologies to anyone who has ever suffered from any rape. The breeding harness is not meant for you. Alright, now, you're good and secure in there. Yeah, I hope you're freaking comfortable because you're never ever coming home. But you there. Okay, and I'm gonna push this one up in here, and oh come on now, oh come on, oh come on now, I've gotta get this guy in here. You gotta go in there, man. This is where you belong. And now there is no escape from breeding pit. Now let's test it out and make sure that they can in fact have children and that the children will fall out here. Okay, because we don't want anything to happen to these guys ever. Sex, the breeding, the child. Come on, the child, come on. Oh, come on now, seriously? Okay, look, the child, come on. There has to be a child. Come on. Make the child push you toward each other, and then you poop out the baby. Oh, really? Maybe they've got to have a room. God, now I've got to redo this whole thing. Good God, buddy. Gotta test them out again. I know it's gonna work. I mean, it's gotta work because I'm not gonna allow it to not work. So that's settled, and we're gonna have lots and lots and lots of meat. It's not gonna provide any live cows. I mean, not in the end. I mean, they will all be punished for being cows. They do not deserve to live. Living is a privilege that is afforded to brave few. Not these guys. You suck. There we go. Alright, now let's see if we can breed them. Yeah, we can still breed them. Come on, guys. Do the sex. Yes! Fantastic. There we go. And you, sir, have a wonderful future ahead of you in complete and utter destruction. I can't wait. God, man, it's gonna be great. Okay, so now we can go ahead and box this up. Gotta make sure that there will never, ever, ever be an escape from this. There cannot be an escape from breeding pen because breeding pen is unescapable. Oh shoot, I was gonna use stone. But you know what? What we should do is we should alternate it, like stone, cobble, 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 stone, cobble. Okay, now we cannot allow there to be any kind of mobs on top of this thing. So we've really, really got to light it up. This could lead to a disaster in my pens. So this can't be allowed over here. We got to make sure the stone cobble all the way around, that you can't. I really do like the idea of alternating them. Okay, so anyway, yesterday I had this rambling rant about I believe it was the beginning of life, and I kind of enjoyed doing it. So later on, when I don't have anything to say, I might do that again. I might just go to silence. I don't know. I've kind of decided to just play it by ear. Anyway, so since you guys all last heard from me, I went to work and had a really difficult night, to tell you the truth. It was a tough night. I can't lie. It was a really tough night. Everybody involved, everybody worked their butts off, and it was one of those nights where nobody got a break. And because nobody got a break, everybody was kind of pissed off. But you know what? At the end of the night, everybody got paid and everybody was happy. Now, breeding pit part of this is safe. I'm going to stay up here tonight and make sure that everything works fine. Now, the idea is that once the breeding pits are fully working and all that, we're not going to have so many animals in here, because I mean, that's a lot of entities over here. And you got this. Eventually we're going to have, oh look, shooting star, yay! There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. We don't want the frame rate to drop at all. So, yeah, let me go ahead and light this up over here. There's probably no point to that, but we're going to do it. Don't want there to be any mobs spawning. Now, you guys see how this is going to work. You will have mobs over here. Oh, you know what? We need to make our timing mechanism for this thing. And go ahead and split up the wheat. Is that 31 and 31? Yeah, that'll work. Let's go ahead and get inside. La 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 la. Somewhere around here there is a cow that escaped. You know what? He's probably not going to last the night. He's out there on his own. Can we see him? Is he out there anywhere? God, I wish I could watch him die. Look at this beautiful night we've got. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Somebody, some dick in the box said my texture pack was ugly. You, sir, are ugly. And your mother made you. And therefore she is a terrible artist. I spent a lot of time on this texture pack and I'm very happy with it, and it is exactly the way I want it to be. I started playing Summerfields. I started playing Minecraft under the default texture pack, but then I started playing with Summerfields, and the Summerfields had this kind of rustic, eclectic kind of look to it that I really liked. I kind of latched onto, and I got to the point where if I played Minecraft, it had to be Summerfields. It had to be, and so I got used to it. And then I started playing Better Than Wolves. And Better Than Wolves had an old version of a Summerfields compatibility. But the person who made Summerfields, a guy named Lithium Sounds, he had already kind of moved on from the project, and he didn't wish to continue, or they didn't wish to continue. I don't know if it was a guy or girl. Not that it matters. Fantastic artist. So anyway, Lithium Sounds stopped making it. And so I just, and by the way, Better Than Wolves had been updated so many times that there were blocks in this texture pack that were just not being updated at all. There were no textures for it. And so I decided to started out just repurposing other textures for other things in Minecraft. Say for the furnace, I turned the furnace into a block dispenser, and by narrowing the hole in Photoshop and then just saving it, just little things. And as I continued to do this, I started realizing that I could actually just kind of make it my own. Why not? And so I started to work with connective item textures. I started working with somebody else made this this trim for the cobblestone. I didn't do that. I did add that exact same trim to the clay brick but that's not my artwork, and I would love to claim it, but I don't even know who did it. But it wasn't Lithium Sounds, I know that. But as it went on, it became to the thing where, like, if you take into account the custom item textures and all that, um, and uh, the custom item textures are my favorite. Let me show you. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, iron. If I have 32, you see 2 iron. If you have 16, you see that. See how it works? Very happy with that. Makes me very happy to use that. And the nuggets do the same thing. Diamonds do the same thing. Look at the look at how the bottle starts to fill up as you use more and more of it. And I had to do each of those textures myself. And coal does the same thing. Nether coal does the same thing. Redstone, everything goes into bottles and bags. I figure it's like little baggies of dust. Whatever. Creeper oysters do the same thing, and wool becomes bigger and bigger balls as you stack it. So yay. Rotten flesh. Anything that is oh, look at the string. The spool on the string gets fatter and fatter. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, if you take into account that work, the Summerfield's work that I've put on top of it, I've modified about 95% of the game textures. So it is the Mogulus brand. That's my other screen name. It is the Mogulus / Karnak Sam, better than Wolves Minecraft. And so, yay. Is it time? Is it daytime? It's nighttime. It's still nighttime. Hey, wait a minute. What the fuck is going on here, huh? I thought I saw something bad over there. Okay. Pigs and everything are happy. Okay, great. Okay, now. We need to make a block dispenser. Actually, we need to make, like... You know what? We may as well make a couple. Alright. I like to craft multiple things. Alright. We're gonna need string for bows. We're gonna need sticks, so we got wood. Okay. Let's do some crafting. First thing we need to do is make this into nothing but sticks. Alright, we got that. Now we need to make... We'll leave the bows till last. Okay, we got enough. You know what, we're going to need lots of redstone latches throughout the game. We got plenty of gold, and we're going back out exploring. So let's go ahead and make ourselves 17 redstone latches. You see the redstone latches? Yeah, look at that. Custom item textures. Now, we got that. Now let's go ahead and make ourselves 7 bows. Fuck it, let's do it. Now we will put that there. Yep, there we go. And boom, boom, boom. Shift clicking. Boom, 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 boom. And I believe that's all we got. Okay, so we just made ourselves 7 item dispensers, and we are going to need every single one of them, so yeah. Now, just so you guys know, I did take some drugs so I could get to sleep tonight, so I'm not going to be up for a long time. I got one day that I can spend with my wife, and I am going to enjoy it. So, So sorry if you guys were looking forward to me playing for a while tonight. I don't think anybody was watching too much, and I think that we're starting to rack up some hours, and I think that we're starting to get to the point that we could say that we're having fun with this thing, and yeah, whatever. Should see, what else should I do? That's it. That's all I need to do. Hey, I'll be back. Okay, false alarm. I thought my wife was waking up. I don't get to see her too often anymore, so it's like a really big thing when I do. All right. What we're gonna do now is we've got to make, as we did before, we've got to make ourselves a timer with block dispensers. Now, you know how this works. We need to have one redstone torch. There we go, we got it. Now, we're going to go ahead and affix it into... I really hate to do it in part of this, but you know what? We're just going to have to do it. Okay. Okay, block dispenser is going to be... Hey, you know what? I got a great idea. We're going to make it much smaller. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Gonna put this thing right here. So then we're gonna put the block dispenser right here. There we go. Now we are gonna put the... I think this is gonna work. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. It's a little bit of a trial and error thing. Gonna put a piece of glass down here so we can see if it's working or not, right? And glass is not that expensive anymore, so we'll just wrap it around, screw it. And then I will put one piece of redstone out here, and then I will put a block right here, and then I will take my dirt, I will make piles, and I will put them into here, and then I will put... Let's see here. What am I doing? Okay, the redstone is going to come out here. It's going to be powered. We're going to have to make this a non-glass block. I didn't want to do that, but it's just going to have to happen. Okay, so we've got that. And because we've got a power, okay, they make the baby. Baby gets made. Okay. Now we're also gonna put... Let's see. We're going to put a... All right. Hey. All right. Yes. And if I collect that, it puts out another one. Okay. Well, that didn't work out, but you see that it did actually put another piece of wheat down. And when we place that, all right, it's powered. Okay, it is now an automated animal destruction tower. We now have automated food. Now, there's no way that the mobs can get up there, and there's no way that we could have fucked this up. Now, this is a 5-minute timer, and to the best of my knowledge, mobs do the refeed in increments. Oh shit, motherfucker. Well, gotta make it so I can't grab that. I don't need to grab that. Okay, so I'll put one block here, and that way I can't grab it. Okay, that'll work. And that way I can just make sure that this thing's, you know, dispensing. And so, there we go, people. We now have automated feeding. Now we're going to leave this alone for a little bit. We're going to see how this works. You know what? We are going to encase this in. I don't want anything to mess with my aminals. I want this to be a completely safe death and destruction machine. My Rube Goldberg machine of death. Now, remember how I got started on this? I made the breeding harnesses, correct? And if you remember what I had to make the breeding harnesses out of, I had to have leather for that. Well, my friends and family, I'm not going to have to breed any more cows to get that leather for the breeding harnesses because I'm going to have it be self-sustained. I'm going to let this thing collect its own shit. Now, these cows should be completely safe. There should be no way that mobs can get in here at all. They should be safe, secure, and we should get a feeding frenzy. We should now down here is the entrance to the mob killing receptacle. That's just a fancy way of saying where we eat from. Now, this is not optimal. I don't like this. What I would really like is a way to view the cows getting killed as they come down here. I want to view their sad, pathetic bodies get mangled in my mangler, in my cow destroying device. I want to see them die. I want to feel them. I want to feel their terror as they get mangled in the maw of chaos. So there can be no escape from this thing, so we're going to glass it all up. And we may end up having a problem with the mobs actually not being killed from this thing. If that's the case, then we will just go back to the drawing board and we'll... Hey! Huh? Oh, betcha it got a mob? Oh, whoa! Hey, look! It works! Alright, guys. And gals. And animals. Because there are probably animals watching this thinking, this is how they don't eat more chicken. And you know what, guys? This is it. Yeah, this is gonna be sweet. Yep. We may end up doing a little bit more work down here and powering that hopper so that it goes into a gigantic chest, considering it's gonna be all types of mobs. I mean, well, it's gonna be all types of animals that are killed in this thing and turned into sustenance for our pathetic, like, crazy bodies. We are going to be enjoying the fuck out of this. Can't wait. Can't wait to watch him die. So, should make it so that I can just grab them. Yeah, that'll work. That's real good right there. Yeah, that's good. I'll make it so that you can just walk down into it too, so that it's not like a big thing, that it's like difficult or anything. Come on. There we go. Shall we make a crafting table down here? Oh, we can't do that. Look at that. Oh, come on. We're gonna need a crafting table down here eventually, so I don't see the point in not making a crafting table. Where to put it though? For right now, we're gonna put it right here. And we're gonna make, I think 12 will be enough. Oh shit, bricks and anuses. There, that's good. I like that. I really like that. Alright, now let's make it so that it's not hard to get up. Oh baby, is it gonna be dark? No. Well, it can't be dark. And the great thing about this is, oh look at that, they're already making more. Wondered if I should put some spider webs in there, just so they don't waste any food. Might end up having to put a toggle switch there, just to make sure, because we really don't want to be wasting food here. Not that wheat is a um, precious resource or anything, but still, you know. Okay, now let's let this thing eat some. Let's let that thing do its thing. Now I'm gonna be away for a little bit. Got to take care of some stuff. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and make some more glass. Let's see. I've got. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. We're gonna put it all in there. Let's put everything up. I don't think we're gonna need anything for a while. Alright, that's good. Now, like I said, I'm going to be away for just a little bit. It won't be long. So, anyway, have fun watching. it looks as if all of our mechanisms are actually working, which is great because we want some working mechanisms. Now, we are going to be... Hey, did I kill all those chickens? Oh well, whatever. Huh. There we go. That's a pretty good amount of chickens. So that's working. We are really doing good now. Could probably stand to go ahead and harvest all that wheat. Now, I'm going to listen to a podcast, so I hope you guys are okay with just watching, because I am not going to narrate. My voice is a little bit hoarse. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, never mind, because we actually have a viewer right now. Welcome to the channel. Um, how's it going? Okay, well, it's about damn time I got rid of all these spiders. They're being attracted to all the chickens, and so always a good idea to get rid of them every once in a while. And our cow pasture is going to be in some serious need of some serious seeds and wheat. This guy's gonna die. I was actually a little bit afraid just now that it would knock back onto the crops and trample the crops. That wouldn't have been a good idea. So, see how much leather I have. There's 2 pieces of leather down in the hopper. There is 1 piece of leather here, 1 piece of leather there. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 for the straps, which I've already got. So I need 1 more piece of leather, and I'll be ready for it. Oh, okay, Candy Cane, are you able to hear me okay? I just want to make sure before I start talking away. Okay, great, fantastic. No, I was actually just talking about this a little bit ago. It's funny that you should mention it. When I first started playing Minecraft, I used the default. Then I started using Summerfields, fell in love with it. Then I got into Better Than Wolves, and the only version of the Better Than Wolves pack was a version for like a really outdated version of the game, so I sort of had to, I did some searching and nobody was doing anything with the mods, so by this time Lithium had already sort of abandoned the pack. So I started to update it little by little so it would be a complete Summerfield's Better Than Wolves. By the time I got done with that, I'd sort of gotten used to the connective textures and all that. Um, okay, yeah, well, if you want to, I can give you a link to this. Do you use MC Patcher to install your Better Than Wolves? Because if you do, it's fully compatible with the custom item textures and connective textures, and it is the most complete Summerfield's version across any Minecraft that uses those features. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and provide you a link, and I'll go ahead and do that in chat real quick. I have it in my Dropbox somewhere. So just bear with me there. Um, I'm very, very, very grateful that you're interested in the Summerfields. I thought I might have been the only person that was actually still using it. But yeah, I love Summerfields. It's so rustic and it sort of feels old-fashioned. And with it being a 32 uh, by 32 texture, it provides enough detail without really abandoning what Minecraft is supposed to feel like, you know? If that makes any sense. Let's see. Here we go, I got it. Now, before I give you this link, just let me make absolute sure that this is actually it. I have two versions of Summerfields in here. One of them is for Minecraft 1.8.3, I think, and the other one is for Better Than Wolves. I just want to make sure I'm not giving you the 1.8.3 version. Okay, I believe I've got the right one here. Yes, here we go. Alright. If I may ask, how long have you been playing Better Than Wolves? Are you fairly active with it? Oh, yeah, about that. I don't actually use the Better Than Wolves forum anymore for maintaining the texture pack. Um, my previous account sort of got banned from Better Than Wolves, so I really am kind of honoring the ban and not, you know, doing that. The only place that I've posted this online has been in the Summerfields thread on Minecraft forums that's being maintained by I believe it's Cuddlewoozle. But I sent her a link to it and shared the link in the post, but I actually didn't get anybody to download it from there. So it looks like anybody that is playing Better Than Wolves is just getting it straight from the forum. Um, the the po the post that I maintained it on a long time ago was under the forum for add-ons and texture packs, and you can find it there. But this is by far the most updated. I continued working on it after that. Yeah, I fell in love with Better Than Wolves. If it wasn't for Better Than Wolves, Minecraft would have been like a 6-month distraction for me at best. And I'd gotten to the point where it was like I had like chests of iron and chests of cobblestone and bones and all that, and I just started thinking like, you know, I'm building all these mob traps to get all these blocks and items, but I can't tell you why I'm doing it. And back then, you probably remember Better Than Wolves. Good grief, it was nowhere near as involving and painful as it is now. You know, I mean, now, I mean, especially after the hardcore spawn, um, which I've been bit with, like, I've been very fortunate in this playthrough with the hardcore spawn. Um, ooh, what's going on with our cow farm over here? I want to make sure it's truly safe, you know. Ah, perfect. Okay, and I take it they are falling to their death. In the changelog and the liner notes for that download, there should be adequate uh, credit given to the various texture pack artists that did contribute to this. Um, I mentioned that like when you're looking at say cobblestone, you can see like there's like a little beveling when it gets connected. I didn't actually do that, and I think I have the person who did that thanked. I'm not sure, um, but yeah. Oh yeah, the villager trading. Oh my god. Um, yeah. Look, I have played through uh, to like the very end of the tech tree, defeated the Ender Dragon and everything one time, and it took me like 4 or 5 months, and I lucked out in that game. I actually was just running through a swamp, and I just happened to find the stronghold, and I just looked down in a crevice, and I'm like, "Oh, you're kidding me!" And I thought, "Yeah, I'm on my way now, man. I don't have to work, I don't have to do half of the tech tree." And then I realized that I still had to get the Eyes of Ender, and you had to craft them. You couldn't craft them. You had to get them through villager trades, and like I was at the same time I was like, "Oh, this is the most horrible thing that Flower Child has ever done." And then I realized how absolutely brilliant it was. Because, yeah, I mean, like, this would have been a shortcut to end all shortcuts in the regular game, but, yeah, I mean, you weren't getting any kind of a shortcut, because just locating it, you could probably locate it with 3 Ender Pearls if you're lucky. Not now. The one thing I've never been able to automate is um, tree farms. I can do a Bloodwood tree farm automated, but of course that, Flower Child sort of made the Bloodwood tree, so it could be. I've never been able to get an automated tree farm using block dispensers, saws, anything. I can get them to harvest one time and that's it. I even made a automated wheat farm on one of my maps back before Hardcore Bucket was a thing. I used a lot of, I could probably still do it with Hardcore Bucket being default. It was just that I did use a lot of buckets of water and whatnot, and item elevators and whatnot. And it was actually set up. One of the mechanisms I used the most on that was the dispenser like order from the block dispensers, how it dispenses to the right from the left, and I put alternating bone meal and seeds, like wheat seeds, into the block dispensers that were planting the seeds, and I doubled the redstone signal, sort of like what I did with my dung farm and my um, chicken feeder. So it got two pulses, and each time that it planted the wheat, it also threw bone meal on there, and I had only one chore to do with that for unlimited wheat. And I mean, it would make probably a stack of wheat like every, say, hour or so. So like I still had to have a wheat farm going somewhere else, but like if I just needed some quick wheat, I'd go over there and there'd always be like 6 stacks in there. I was so proud of that thing. Huh. I'd never even thought about like putting the ancient manuals into the frames or anything. I always got one and then I didn't know what else to do with it. Yeah, that's a problem that I have to. I might actually sometime I might share the the map that I did actually finish, because I've kept it fairly open whenever I want to just build something or whatnot. But Blight took it over. I'd bound myself to the Sulfurred Steel Beacon, and it was a 5 tier. Took for absolute ever to get that going, and I wasn't using Bloodwood trees for the soul urns either. Um, I was actually going into the Nether and using hardcore explosives to get all the netherrack, and that was a lot of fun too. So yeah, but the problem with the late game is, like, it's like Firechild said in one post, it's like the game has to end sometime. It's just a real shame that, like, you get so used to having an objective in this game and having something to, like, really, really work for. Like, I just got to the point that I was I don't know how often you watch, or if this is, I think you've actually messaged in chat 2 or 3 times, but I don't think I've ever gotten back to you in time, because I'm not used to people watching. So I'm like completely oblivious to the chat. I've usually got my window maxed out, so I don't see anything. Um, Let me see here if I can show you the food that I've got. Gosh, I've gotten turned around in my own house. Oh, here we go. Yep, here we go. This is my food, and I haven't found potatoes yet. And I mean, yeah, that's okay, cause I mean, cooked kebabs are pretty cool. Um, I want to show you my mushroom farm. Yeah, people have jumped in. I've had like 5 or 6 people that have floated through, and they've just said, um, hey, why aren't you talking, or something like that. And I've been kind of shy of talking because I really kind of it takes a while to get used to it because I just felt so silly talking into the microphone. My wife is asleep in the next room, so I'm kind of keeping my voice down, and my son's asleep in the room to the right, and we're in a small house, so I'm just trying to be a little bit quiet. But I cannot get my I can't get my computer to stream the sound from the game window and my microphone and not stream like the music or the podcast that I'm playing in the background. So if I'm like, I'm tired of talking or whatnot, I'm a third shift worker, so I get home at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm on Eastern Standard Time here. And I will just like say, screw it, I'm just going to listen to a podcast or something, and I turn it on and just mute the system sounds. So anybody that's been coming through, they're just like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. Yeah, it is very time consuming, and I find that I just keep on explaining the same thing over and over because I don't know, like, I keep, I had one person come on here and they said, dude, you suck at Minecraft. Why are you taking so long to do that? And I'm like, this isn't Minecraft. This is absolutely not Minecraft. Well, it looks like Minecraft. Yeah, whatever. Okay, here's my mushroom farm. You know how mushrooms don't grow unless it's completely dark. I've got a switch. Check it out. Boom. And I've already harvested the mushrooms not long ago, so I don't want to harvest them yet because I just don't have room in my chest. But like, there's a redstone wire that goes all the way through here, and I've like looped it and repeated it over and over. It took a little bit of doing to actually insulate the light from the redstone in the back was actually bleeding through the solid blocks. So like I kept on getting like what looked like lighting glitches on a server or something. Yeah, man. This is like the most fancy thing I've built until I just got done building my auto farm for my cows. I've never actually thought about that. So I take it you'd like do sort of like what I did with like having like the pyramid style thing, but instead of having like multiple layers, you just have it spread down to the layer beneath it, and then just have water break it and put it into hoppers. Seriously, I'd never even thought about using water like that. I don't know why. I mean, I used it for my wheat farm, but I just never thought about making mushrooms like self-farmable. I might have to give that a shot. Oh, I hope one of them's gonna fall. Oh, hey, please don't die yet. I want to watch you die. Oh, please, please, please. Fight the current, fight the current. Yes, yes. Yeah. Oh, it's so satisfying. Alright. Alright, so now I've got enough leather that I can go ahead and make my next breeding harnesses. I'm gonna... This cow farm is also gonna be a pig farm and a sheep farm. I'm gonna get all types of animals. That's why I did the hopper right here instead of like on the layer above it, because I tried it on the top layer like you would do in a mob farm or whatnot, or what I would assume you do in a mob farm. But the pigs just went straight through the other side, and I was left feeling like an idiot. Pigs, man, they're too smart. Yeah, some of my favorite changes to the game are the little things, like the mushroom growth rate being tweaked, and making it so that they only spawn like at like pretty much diamond level, whatnot. That is just so cool because now mushrooms are like, I was in the ocean before he implemented that change, and I would come across a mushroom biome, and it used to be like such an awesome thing because like that was the way that you would get mycelium. That's the way that you would get the nether growth spores, and so like that was a big deal. But then um, he went ahead and changed that, and like all of a sudden finding a mushroom biome is now like serious business. Like, man, I really lucked out. I got me some mushrooms. Yeah. I just wish that the people on the forum were, and I'm gonna say this like I'm not a Flower Child sympathizer. I've got my issues with the man. I mean, he seems to be very bitter, and that kind of makes me sad because like he's hands down the best thing that ever happened to Minecraft. And it's like the idiots in like the Minecraft forum and everything that attacked him and everything really ruined it for the rest of us that would have probably gotten a lot more like out of him. Like Flower Child is now at a point now where he's just like so disenfranchised with the whole thing that he's practically walked away from it. I mean, what, like 2 updates in the past couple like year, and I know the game is like on like 4.9999. He's pretty much adding nines now because like he's coming up with things. But like I would have loved for like the people online to have been so warm toward him that like he would have never wanted to stop doing it, because um, I outgrew video games. I'm 37 right now, and I've been like out of video games since like say the days of the GameCube. And I bought a Wii and I played a Wii, and that was great and everything. And um, I got into Minecraft because my wife and we're big fans of the Game of Thrones series, and I have a thing where like I'm a writer, and I write fiction, and it's really hard for me to like read it. There's something about reading it and proofreading and things like that made me fall asleep. Like as soon as like my mind starts looking at words on a page, I put myself to sleep. It's really strange. So my wife, bless her heart, she would take the time out of her day, like when we were just chilling or whatnot, and she read to me out loud like all 3 Game of Thrones books because she wanted me to enjoy them, and I kept on trying to read it, saying, "Honey, like I'm falling asleep and I want to read this." So like she read them to me, and during the time that she was reading them to me, I was looking for something to like just occupy my fingers, kind of like when a smoker's trying to stop smoking, they just fiddle with their hands. And I decided to like I had an iPhone at the time, and recently I switched over to Android, but they had a game on there called Eden World Builder. And Eden is basically like a knockoff of Minecraft that had like seed generation and whatnot, and then like no mobs or anything like that. Almost no items. I don't even think there were items. No food, no nothing, and you just walked around and built things. And I thought that was okay, and I thought, if they had something like that for a computer, that would be great. And then somebody said, well, you idiot, like that is a knockoff of Minecraft, and you've got to play Minecraft. So I said, okay, what is this Minecraft thing? And I watched a video on how to spend your first night in Minecraft, how to survive your first night. I couldn't believe it. I like said, I've got to play this game. So like I downloaded it and started playing it, and I've never ever been as like enamored by a game as much as I was this game when it first came out. Well, I started playing on like 1.25. I don't remember the exact version, but I do remember that sheep were not in the game, and snow biomes were very rare, and you never ever like ran across wolves. They were like so rare. Um, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly what you just said. Like he had to defend his design choices over and over. And, yeah, and yeah, I mean, people just don't get it. And um, I basically got banned from the forum because in no uncertain terms, I basically told him, look, you have to lighten up. You know, your fans are going to eventually not support you. You have no reason to be mean like this. And I decided, you know, hey, I'm just gonna speak my mind. And like, he banned me, and you know, it's okay. You know, I don't care. I tried to walk away from Better Wolves, and it's a testament to his design that I was, you know, like kind of bitter for a while, but then I realized, man, like this is just, you know, he has an absolute point about wanting to portray what he wants, and if more game designers did that, we would have so many more wonderful choices to play. I, I'm kind of excited about No Man's Sky coming out. A buddy of mine is telling me about all the like procedurally generated planets. It sounds like a seed generation and everything, but like I know it's going to run afoul at some point, and I'm not a naysayer or anything. I mean, it looks great. It's just a big game company will not do what Mojang did with Minecraft ever, and it'll never. Well, it could have a modding community. I'm not going to say that it's not going to have a modding community. That would be like the most, you know, uh, like nobody knows what the future holds. But if if the modding community kept Minecraft alive for a couple more years, and say Microsoft decided, hey, you know, we've bought this property, and it is in our best interest to go ahead and keep. Hey, what the? Oh yeah, God, I gotta scour the leather. Yeah. Um, like it seems like they've pretty much decided that they're not gonna mess with like the modding community per se, but there doesn't seem to be much of a spearhead in like say like I don't know if the modding API actually really exists in the form that they thought it was gonna work, but I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of talking out my butt, and you know, I just want to be more hopeful for games in general than I find myself able to be right now. Um, I grew up on games like creeper, creeper. Where's my? Oh no 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 no! Do not blow up! Do not blow up! I have stuff I don't want to be wrecked. Okay, here we go. Come here, you get your nuts off. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. It's the best. Uh, the greatest thing ever. Um, I remember when the before I say any of this. Okay. Um, yeah. The first gameplay videos that I saw of No Man's Sky were just yeah. It looked like it would have to be interaction with people that would make this interesting. And like me and my wife, we run a Minecraft server. But you know what? It's just um, I work on the server with plugins and stuff, and I'm making an adventure map and whatnot. And like it's fun, but what really makes vanilla Minecraft worth playing is like the fan base, and what makes those games like those plugins and mods so interesting is the fact that the game already was so simple. No Man's Sky looks like it's so complex already. Like um, I'm sure somebody will have a great idea for a couple mods, and that's, you know, absolutely going to happen. Oh no, oh no. It seems like whenever I'm in a web is when creepers attack me from behind. Speaking of creeper. There we go. Before I start down this path, but can I ask you, like, what was the first game system that you played? I won't ask how old you are. That's kind of personal. But like game system wise. And I'm asking this basically because like being being an older gamer, um, I remember when games were more like goal-based than than they really are now. Like it was before Doom and all that. My first video game system was the Atari 2600, and I remember playing ET and like going, okay, oh my gosh, Commodore 64. That's one I never got to see. Yep, SNES. During the SNES and the Sega era, I got like, I, God, got a Game Boy and was playing like Game Boy games like nobody's business. And at one point I had like 30 games. I would save up my allowance every week and like, take all my, like lunch money and stuff and pool it. And I would go and buy a Game Boy game. And I remember when, before the Super Nintendo came out, I would actually play the Game Boy at home more than I played my Nintendo. Then the Super Nintendo came out, and what made me fall in love with the Super Nintendo was mostly the music in the games. Final Fantasy, American Final Fantasy 2. I am a Final Fantasy fan, but I have to admit I do not know what Final Fantasy II was in Japan. It was the Cecil, Rydia, Rosa, Globez, and Fusoya story. And I remember the music in it was just so in ramping. I mean, like, it felt like you were watching a movie. And then the Sega, of course I played like, Sonic and Streets of Rage and all that. Wasn't a big Sega fan. Might as well go ahead and take this out. I have a tendency to just throw food into a cauldron without looking at what it is. That would be bad. But I had pretty much every game system that came out up until like the Sega CD, and I remembered Sega CD was when like games started to be a little bit more about technology than I needed them to be anymore. Oh boy, do I need to have... I don't think I... Oh man, I did something else stupid. Can I reverse break it? No, I can't break a belt. Okay. Yeah, well. Now, I went ahead and made a belt out of my straps, and I shouldn't have done that. But that's not going to be a huge problem. I'm sure I'll use that belt eventually. Gonna have to get ready to do this because the next... I wonder, which animal should I do next? Sheep lead to the most usable food product. I mean, I need more. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be sheep that get the automated killing machine next. But the hand holding in games makes me so... Yeah, when sandbox games came out, like of course Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Revolver and all that, I thought it would make it harder. I figured like this might be speaking before your time. I don't know if you know about it or not, but like in the original Zelda for the 8-bit for the NES, there were dungeons that you would never have found. Like dungeons you had to get through to beat the game, and to get to them you had to use a candle and light a bush on fire. Not just a bush that like was told to you that there'd be a bush, but just a random bush out of thousands. And the game didn't hold your hand. It didn't tell you, oh, you're gonna have to put a bush down here somewhere. There may have been a guy in a cave who said it, but you still had to find that person in the cave. I remember I went out of games for a while. The Nintendo 64 left a huge mark in me. I loved it. I absolutely loved the N64, and I have some of the best memories of like multiplayer games from me and a buddy of mine named Jeremy that I used to play with, and we used to fight each other. GoldenEye, Mario Kart 64, San Francisco Rush, And of course, like I played through Doom 64 like so much, I pretty much knew where every creature was. And the hand holding was there already. It didn't feel as much as it is now. Like there are games now that I actually wonder if you could just like if you just walk forward and get a good amount of um, progress in it. Oh, time to harvest our farm. Oh, this is the best farm I've ever made in A Better Than Wolves, by the way. Um, I didn't. I've always done my water in a really weird way. I would make like channels that were like 2 blocks apart, and I don't know why I thought it had to be that much water touching that much dirt to aerate the dirt. But playing on the server that me and my wife run, a buddy of mine that's actually helping me build the adventure map, he had built a farm, and he had just random pieces of water here and there. And I said, how the heck did you do that? And he told me about how it can be like 4 in every direction, and you're good to go. And so I figured I'd give it a shot. The only thing is, this is a really fragile farm, because if a creeper comes in and blows this thing up and he destroys this water block, um, I'm gonna lose a huge chunk of this thing. I probably should have made it like a covered deck over the top of it with like glass and fence posts, light it up really good, and then put like a door on the side that like mobs can't get to. And I figure at this point I'm just gonna keep putting that off, and eventually like a mob's gonna just come up, hiss, boom, and then I'll just be really angry with myself that I put it off. That's actually my plan. That's what I plan to do. And look back and go, man, you could have fixed this, but you had to go and be an idiot. Did the texture pack download for you? Did that link actually work? And time to replan all this junk. Ah, really? I thought it was kind of hit or miss. I can't verify that I've ever seen them blow up a water block, but it is a deep-seated fear, And I also thought that when I was placing the water pads, the lily pads, I was really afraid that like I'd place it and the lily pad would like place inside the water block and delete it. So here's something for you. I know this is all in my head, but I don't know if you've noticed it as well. When you first get wheat and you come back and you plant it, I mean, I don't know if you play the same way as I do, but I usually like go out exploring pretty quick, like after the first like 2 or 3 days in the game. I go out exploring and I don't come home until I have redstone, and I only find my way back home because of the redstone. But I usually don't come back until I found at least wheat, and so I come home and I plant my wheat. And it seems like the first crop of wheat, the first time that these blocks have wheat in them, it takes forever and a day for that wheat to grow. And then as you plant it in the same block over and over again, it seems like it's growing faster. I know it's not the case. It's just the perception that at that point in time you have less to do in the game, so like you're thinking about it like constantly. But I didn't know if you'd ever noticed that. Um, Here we go with being peckish again. Oh man. Yeah, my sleep aids are starting to kick in. Starting to feel lightheaded. This is good. Third shift is really hard on your sleep. I usually get about 3 or 4 hours a day And then I work like 4 or 5 days in a row, and then I have like 2 days off, and then it's right back. Um, if you do not have um, MC Patcher, I would highly suggest that you get it. It's easier to use now than it's ever been. MC Patcher gives you all these really nice like repeating textures, so you don't see like the same tile over and over and over again. I mean, Cobble obviously is a little bit, but this got a little bit of texture. The gravel actually messed up a little bit. It's supposed to be a seamless texture on the sides, but there's a glitch in MC Patcher for Minecraft 1.5.2, and the guy who makes it has devoted a lot of time to fixing it, but he's just like, they're working so hard on like keeping everything up to date with Minecraft that they really have gone above and beyond to make it work as it is. Alright, look at that. That's not taking much extra food at all. The wolves don't eat once every 5 minutes like cows do, and the mechanism that I'm using to feed them, it is basically like a decay timer, which is like my favorite type of timer. And once that thing disappears, it gets off of the pressure plate. You probably know how this works. And the signal's inverted with the redstone torch, so it comes out here, goes up here and splits. This part goes over to a T-toggle, which basically makes it so that it goes up here and feeds the wolves, and it basically the T flip-flop makes it so instead of being fed every 5 minutes, it feeds them every 10 minutes. And it's still a bit too fast, but that's the only way I can really do it without adding another T flip-flop. And then the wire goes underneath there, comes up here, and then splits into two. And I think I can actually get up here and show you. But got some delayed thing here. So what it does is this goes, turns on and turns off, and then this is delayed so long that it makes this thing pulse twice. So it feeds the chickens twice every 10 minutes. Cause I've got enough chickens they can do that. And here they are. Are they growing up? Yeah. Yeah, oh my gosh, they're trying to get the chickens to hatch from an egg. God. Oh, I've been making bricks. I don't remember. I do not remember doing that. But I guess I did. Okay. Have to get some birch wood in that. Let's see. It's a bit slow. What I might do, I might keep an eye on this and see if it continues to have at least 2 cows in this little area. What I might do is have 2 more dispenser blocks like up here that'll drop wheat down into the pen, so that the cows that are in here will have a chance of breeding and adding to the meat collective as well. And we'll go ahead and load this up. Now that should give us some work. Uh, I didn't know that. When I made the dung farm, well, the really like, cheap and easy way of doing it, I did not realize how much water there was that I could work with in this area. Let me turn off my mill just in case. Okay, over here, you know that there was water for this, and this water was actually just a subterranean little lake that was like 4 or 5 blocks underneath the grassland. There's another one that's over here that is powering the water wheel. And then on top of that, there's other ones too. And I was gonna be, oh, you know, I should have gone down here and checked this instead of just going down there, coming back up, going back down, and then checking it. The next thing I really want to build is a mob trap, and I was thinking about going ahead and setting it up, and just making some really nice armor and stuff, and taking it out, and just absolutely not dying. And that way, while I'm away, it would be creating loot and creating iron. My playstyle is sort of the opposite of what I think was intended. I like to stay in one single location for the most part. So whenever I go out exploring, I usually come back to that area, and like I just, you know, keep on terraforming it to my heart's desire. But a lot of people will go out, find a village that they like, and then they'll move to that village. But the problem with that is, you know, you can have infrastructure to like connect it so you won't get lost or whatnot, but you've still got to make that infrastructure and whatnot. So I do it a little bit more roundabout. I use the beacon of iron in the nether. What I do is when I get enough iron for like 4 tiers of the beacon, then I'll set, of course I have to fight a wither, but I'll do that. And once I do that, I will set that beacon. Then I'll go exploring somewhere. And once I get done finding a village that has like, say, as many of the trades as possible. In the playthrough that I got done with, there were 3 villagers. There were butchers, priests, and librarians in one town, and I went ahead and made my base there. And then I went to the Nether and laid a powered Nether rail all the way back to the 0 point on the beacon. That way I could like go through the Nether, get into my thing, like go all the way out to the village, ride the minecart the entire way. It usually took about 3 minutes. And once I got done with that, I would go back, and that way I would have like my materials to like set up my trading system there, because you know, if you're trading with villagers, you're pretty much rebuilding everything that you've had. So that was what I did, and I ended up getting every single profession in that one village by going to villages around it and building like an infrastructure of like pillars and stuff like that that pointed the way back to the town with the 3 professions. And what I would do is I would breed villagers there at that new town, and then I would lead 1 or 2 of the villagers back to that other town. And that, oh my gosh, that was dangerous, and it felt like such an accomplishment, because like when it got close to becoming night, I'd have to, you know, dig in to the side of a mountain or something like that, and like get this guy to go in there, and then we'd just be like chilling while the sun was down. You know, like a sort of like a Canterbury Tales kind of thing. You know, you're just traveling through the you know, terrible, scary wasteland or whatnot, with like a priest in tow or something like that. I always felt really good. Oh yeah, yeah. I tried doing that, and it's so. Um, oh, do I have vines where the adult cows fall off? Oh, you. Oh, do you mean like in the cow farm? Like, do you mean like where the baby falls down? Like the drop? Because I do have that problem quite a bit, actually. Like right above where that baby is. That like just have a vine there. Oh, vine traps. Huh. Well, they're I see what you're meaning. Do you think it would be worth it? I mean, I have had babies before that were born on the ledge and then walked over, but I've never had one drop anything off before. I mean, if you think it's worth it, I mean, I'll go out right now and find some vines. It would give me something to do. Come on, guys, breed and die. You know what? I'm actually getting a little bit antsy with this. I think I'm going to kill some cows. Go ahead and just go ahead and make the thing. I found a way to kill cows without taking any damage. It's a huge cheat. Oh god, why did I do that? I am so sleepy. Let's see. Okay, yep, here we go. And then I will lock that up and then put that there. And I will be able to fight these cows without taking any damage. Oh, shoot. Yeah, of course. So what you're talking about is over here where I have the ledge, like right across here. Yeah, I should definitely do that. I never have. That's... Ooh. Gonna do it. They're gonna die. Is there a problem with the leather? Or is it just falling in here? Oh boy, look at that. Gonna have to figure out a way to fix that. Not difficult. Do I still have my... Alright. What I'll have to do is just... Axle, gearbox, axle, gearbox, axle. It'll come in from the back, and then I'll just block that up. Nice. Yeah, God, I love those hibachis. I went to the nether and blocked in a blaze farm so that I could get like the blaze rods and whatnot. And God, after you get nine of them in there, it's so quick. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to the. Let me go get my compass, and we're gonna go to the desert, and not the desert, my swamp. Talking is getting hard, so yeah, we'll do that. Have an adventure before I hit the sack, and we'll take some food. Let me go ahead and put this away. Oh, look at that! I've got enough leather from a breeding harness now. We'll go ahead and put it in there. I also need to put some item frames in here. Oop, gonna have to make some bark. That'll work. You know, the one thing I miss most about not being able to get to the end of the tech tree before the Ender Dragon is automated saws. I wish there was a way to automate, just absolutely automate the heck out of saws. Did you see how I did that again? Yep. Have a great time and thank you for chatting. See you again. And enjoy that texture pack. Thank you very much for checking it out. And enjoy that texture pack. Thank you very much for checking it out.